Imagine you are 11 years old. You wake up trembling. You just saw yourself in a dream, and the sun, the moon, and 11 stars were bowing down to you. You do not fully understand it yet, but something deep inside you knows. This was not just a dream. That one night changed everything for Prophet Yusuf. Peace be upon him. And the ripple effects of that dream shaped one of the most powerful stories ever told in human history. Stay with me until the end of this video, because the final part of this story is the one most people never talk about, and it will completely change how you see your own struggles. If you are someone who loves learning the deep lessons of the Quran and the prophets, subscribe right now and hit the notification bell. New videos drop every week, and you do not want to miss what is coming next. The dream itself. It happened during the night. Young Yusuf woke up and ran to his father, the Prophet Yaqub, peace be upon him, with wide eyes and a racing heart. He described what he saw: 11 stars, the sun and the moon, all prostrating to him. Now, Yaqub was not an ordinary father. He was a prophet of Allah.
Quickly, look outside.
In the moment he heard his son's words,
What did you
he
see,
immediately
my son?
recognized this was
falling down.
divine revelation wrapped in symbolism. He told Yusuf, "Do not tell your brothers." That single instruction tells you everything. Yaqub knew this dream was real. He also knew jealousy can destroy even family. The brothers and the jealousy. Yusuf had 10 older brothers and 1 younger full brother, Benjamin. But Yusuf was different. He carried a light that people noticed. His father loved him deeply, not just as a son, but because Yaqub could see the signs of prophethood in him. This made the brothers burn with envy. They would whisper among themselves. They felt overlooked, replaced, forgotten. And envy, when it is left to fester, does not stay quiet forever. It eventually demands action. So they plotted. They convinced their father to let Yusuf come out with them, and then they threw him into a dark, deep well and walked away. They went home, tore his shirt, stained it with goat's blood, and told their father a wolf had eaten his beloved son. The well and the caravan. Now here is something that needs to sit with you. While Yusuf was at the bottom of that dark well, alone, terrified, abandoned by his own flesh and blood, Allah revealed to him directly. Allah told him, "A day will come when you will remind these brothers of what they did, and they will not even recognize you." That revelation in the pit is one of the most extraordinary moments in the entire story, because it means even in the darkest place, Allah did not abandon Yusuf. The dream was still alive.
He is
a
lean,
caravan
but strong.
passed by,
He will fetch a
dropped their
good
bucket
price
into
in
the
the
well,
city.
and pulled up a boy instead of water. They took him and sold him into slavery in Egypt. The palace, the test, and the prison. Yusuf was purchased by a man of high rank in Egypt, and he brought him into his home. Over time, it became clear that Yusuf was extraordinary. He was trustworthy, intelligent, and had a presence that commanded respect. But then came the test. The wife of his master tried to seduce him. Yusuf refused. He chose Allah over comfort, over safety, over freedom. And what did he get for it? Prison. He was thrown into jail for something he did not do. Most people would have broken at this point. Yusuf kept going. In prison, he interpreted dreams for his cellmates. One of them was released and forgot to mention Yusuf to the king, leaving him behind bars for additional years. But Yusuf kept his character intact. The dream of the king. Then the king of Egypt had a dream. 7 fat cows being devoured by 7 lean ones, 7 green stalks, and 7 dry ones. None of the advisors could interpret it. That is when the man who had been released from prison finally remembered Yusuf. Yusuf was brought before the king, interpreted the dream accurately, outlined an economic plan to save Egypt from a devastating famine, and in one moment went from prisoner to the most powerful minister in all of Egypt. The fulfillment. Years later, the famine struck across many lands, including the region where Yusuf's family lived. His brothers traveled to Egypt to ask for grain, not knowing who was in charge. They stood before Yusuf, begging for food, and did not recognize him. Then, in his own time, Yusuf revealed himself. He wept, they wept, and then something remarkable happened. His father Yaqub arrived in Egypt, and as his family entered, they all prostrated him out of honor and reverence. This was a prostration of honor and greeting, as was permitted in the law of the prophets before us, not a prostration of worship, which belongs to Allah alone. 11 brothers, his father, and the woman who raised him as her own. His mother's sister, who had stepped into that role after his mother Rachel passed away. The sun, the moon, and the 11 stars. The dream had come true, word for word, exactly as Allah had shown a child in the night, decades earlier. The lesson you cannot miss. The dream did not come true in a year. It came true through a well, through slavery, through a false accusation, through prison, through years of patience. Every painful chapter was part of the path, not a detour from it. If you're going through something difficult right now, something that feels like it has canceled your future, look at the story of Yusuf again. Allah does not cancel destinies. He refines the people carrying them. If this video moved you or taught you something, share it with one person who needs it today. Leave a comment below telling me which part of Yusuf's story hits hardest for you. Subscribe if you have not yet, and may Allah make your path, no matter how difficult it looks right now, as beautiful as Yusuf's ending. Assalamu alaikum.